The design process. What does that mean? Well, it's different for everybody, but today I will be talking about the MYP design process.
Let's go!
Well, first of all, what is MYP? MYP stands for Middle Years Program. It's a framework designed for students to think critically, effectively, and efficiently. The MYP requires middle schoolers to at least have one sort of design element in every year. But understanding the MYP can be challenging. So today, I will be teaching you what the design process is all about. This is a design cycle. The 4 larger parts are the different stages in the cycle, while the 4 smaller parts are the steps for that stage. So let's dive deeper. How can I research effectively and organize my thoughts? Now let's take a look at A.1, Justify the Need. Consider this your background or your abstract. You should let the person know who you are. You wouldn't just say, hey, buy my product. You'd say who you are, which company you work for, and what this product does, or what does it solve, and what you're aiming to do. I can give you an example of one of my Justify the Needs for design. This was for my logo design. As you can see, I'm stating what we're doing in this project. I'm also stating what my constraints are. Think of this as like a hook. I also included some statistics to make it sound more professional. I'm also explaining what a logo is to provide more background. So let's be honest, justifying the need is one of the most easiest strands of this cycle. You're just saying, why is this thing needed? What will happen? What is the value your product is giving? Next, let's focus on A.2, Prioritizing Research. For me, this was the most difficult out of the design process because it took so long. But in order to have a good product, you have to do lots of research and you have to make sure that your sites are very reliable. So I recommend making a table and organizing your thoughts that way. Let me show you an example. This is an example my teacher taught me. You should have a question, you should have a priority, you should have some inspos or links, and you should have findings. It's basically like a conclusion. My teacher always said, have at least 10 questions that you're going to answer, and then say what priority it is and why it's a high or low or medium priority. While doing some research, include some pictures so you know what you're referring to, and give some reasoning. This might just be your opinion about what you learned, or it can literally be summaries from the text. You can even quote the sites you found. The big thing with the research is don't cram it all into one day. Definitely spread it out over multiple days so you can get the best quality research possible. Now let's take a look at A3. A3 is basically just taking pieces of your research and really looking through it. You should also look at some existing products to get some inspiration and then take some of those inspiration products and put them on your table as reference. If we take a look at my example, all of them are my opinion. It's just using logic and what you're aiming to capture with your design. Again, I recommend separating this into tables. Next up, A4. Personally, A4 is my favorite out of the inquiring and analyzing stage. In this stage, you're developing your ideas. You have all of your research, you have all of your inspiration. Now it's time to bring it all together. What my teacher had us do is create a vision board. Probably one of the best ways you can organize your thoughts. Your board should include your inspiration photos, the meaning and message, what you're planning on doing, a rough sketch if it's something that requires a sketch, and the tools you're gonna use, that's a big one, and maybe some technical stuff. Really depends on what your design is going to be. But having a vision board lets you see exactly what you're planning. It's like a blueprint for what your design is going to be. Next up, we have B1, Develop Design Ideas. This is kind of like a vision board, but it's more like steps and like a materials list if you think about it. A way you can organize your ideas is Access FM. It's an acronym to analyze your design. A stands for aesthetics, C stands for cost, and the other C stands for client, E stands for environment, S stands for safety, and the following S stands for size, F stands for function, and M stands for materials. Aesthetics. I'm talking about what I'm expecting in my design and what I will do. The cost is asking, what are the costs of your materials? Who will the client be? Who are you making this for? The environment is where are you doing this? Like, where are you using your tools if you're using any? Safety is how will you make sure that your design isn't dangerous? And if you think about it, Access FM is really straight to the point. There's no hidden meaning behind it, it's literally very simple. Alright, so far it is a lot, but let's keep it going. Next we have B.2 Sketches. Every great engineer, designer, or artist has sketches. It's like the basic framework for your design. You should have multiple sketches to see the different iterations you can make. The more sketches, the better it is for you. Your sketches should be very detailed. The more detailed your sketches are, the better. Here you can see that I also annotated, which is really good. You can also print out your inspirational photos to draw accordingly. This is all peer feedback. Here at the bottom, you can see I quoted them as well. This feedback is really important for a strand in the design cycle, but we'll get to that later. It's also good for you to see which design is more appealing. If you don't like your sketches, you can make better sketches. Overall, this is a rough sketch. I recommend going back, redrawing them, and making the color a little bit better so it's more appealing. This way, it is as close to the design as possible. And coming back to the point of choosing your design, that's all B3 is about. B3 is about choosing which design is your favorite. But first, before you choose a design, you should present it to peers. Like I mentioned before, I had feedback written on my paper. That is very important for the evaluating part that is coming up, and also it helps you choose your design. B2 and B4 are practically the same thing, you're just sketching and developing your designs even better. Based on B3, you could change your sketches to fit what some of your peers said. Alright, now we're moving on to C, creating the solution. Now, creating the solution can be difficult, but if you have a plan, it will not. C1, conduct the plan. This can be anything from a list or another table of what you're gonna do, another vision board, anything really that helps you best. C2 is demonstrate technical skills. Basically, how are you going to use the tools that are provided to make your design come to life? C3, follow the plan to create a solution. Make sure you're not veering off track, because that is the result of tons and tons of research and vision boards and planning that took you a long time. So follow it. Justify the changes that need to be made. Here, you could also get some more peer feedback and make sure to analyze their feedback to see what are the most common things other people are saying, and those things you should most likely change. Okay, final strand, we got this. D, evaluating. This can be a little tricky and it might take time, but some students mistake evaluating for opinion. Evaluating is more based on the facts, your research, your feedback, what your peers think, what your teacher thinks. It's not about what you think. You gotta dive deeper into your data and analysis. D2, evaluate the success of the solution. Now, if you made a super complicated engineering design, here you would talk about your design criteria and success criteria. But if you did something like a logo design, you wouldn't really have any of that. Did your peers actually think that it worked? Did your parents think that your logo was good, or your other design? Maybe go up to a stranger, show them your design. Do they like it? Do they think that they would go to this place or buy what you're advertising? D3, explain how your design could be improved. This takes a lot of critical thinking. You have to think about what your design originally was, why you changed it if you did change it, what works, like what are some design elements, texture, repetition, color, negative space, fonts, text, sizes. All of that is a part of things you have to evaluate. D4, the impact of the solution. Now, you can do this effectively if you actually produced your product and gave it to people. Then you can actually get quality advice. However, as a middle school student, I don't expect anybody to be mass producing their design. So again, you could talk about if other people liked it. Would they actually go there? Would they buy what you're advertising? And is it actually impactful? Does the design look clean, look efficient, look professional? Does it evoke any feelings within them? Alright everybody, that is the end of the design cycle. I know it is really confusing, but I had some friends who were asking about the design process, so I decided to make a video to help them out. I hope this helps you guys out. Do you guys go to an IB school? Do you guys have MYP criteria? And do you guys have to do design process every year? As always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and I noticed that we hit 5,000 subscribers. It is really crazy to believe. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.